5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let the games begin.
Hey, we're here. We made it.
What's up, guys?
So I was just checking out the socials just to kind of see what it was going to look like. Are you thoroughly impressed with the Twitter one? I'm thoroughly impressed with the Twitter
Dude,
one.
I haven't seen it at all. Let me
so
see.
It's literally the live stream. Like what we're doing right now is what we're seeing like on Twitter. Yeah, no, I bullshit you not. I was totally shocked by that. I thought it was just going to be like an audio format or some kind of like link to like just showing our faces like, hey, look at what we're doing. And like, but like, no, it's actually like the actual live stream happening, which is pretty fucking cool. So if you just go and like retweet that or something like that, it gets the word out pretty quickly. But I have to tell you, I am like super excited and like a little nervous to hear all about this article you got that you were kind of teasing us with the in the live chat. So just to kind of like quickly tell everybody again, we do a Twitter live space right before we do the Monday or Tuesday show, depending on like our schedules. Typically we're doing Mondays, but like it might be Tuesday sometimes. Anyway, the whole point is that we're doing like an hour from like 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to like 9 p.m. And we're doing the conversation where it could just literally be about anything or whatever, wherever the conversation really goes to. Sometimes it's politics, sometimes it's pop culture, sometimes it's life. Today we're talking about roosters, crows, AOC's butt, and a few classic movies and like National Lampoon. So I feel like we really covered a lot of bases, and I think we had a little something in there for everybody.
It's that juicy booty.
Yeah, it was the AOC juicy booty, hot like a tamale.
Like a tamale, my favorite Latina.
Yeah, and apparently, you know, might be some people's favorite corn on the cob eater. not personally mine, but you know, I can appreciate somebody else's kink.
Hey, real quick before we get into all this, cheers, sir.
Oh yeah, cheers. Here.
Cheers,
So
wait.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there we go. I don't actually want to hit the camera because knowing me, I'll spill it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, hey, we have a live studio audience.
Cheers to the wife over there.
Yep, live studio audience in the show with us right now, enjoying from the side screen. Yeah, thumbs up if I say anything smart or intelligent, but chances are it's going to be like not so good.
Is this Gladiator?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Before we get into it, there was weird. You guys were talking about like watching like kind of older movies or what? Like I hate saying older movies when talking about what you were talking about, but they kind of are now.
Classic movies. Nostalgic movies.
Yeah, right. I just watched U.S. Marshals.
Oh, okay.
It was the follow up to The Fugitive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, that movie's fucking awesome.
I have to go back and rewatch it. It's been such a long time. I don't really remember anything that goes on, but I do remember the movie.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking Wesley Snipes, Tommy Lee Jones, Robert Downey Jr. Fucking
yeah,
badass.
classic.
Anyway,
gotta get back into that stuff.
Okay, so I am going to look up these links that I saved for Tayler Schabusiness.
Please do. I want to see this stuff.
Okay, so do you want me to share my screen?
Oh, yeah, you can absolutely share a screen. But real quick, why don't you just kind of tell us real quick what you were saying in the live chat, like as a teaser for like what people are kind of like in store for, because I feel like this could be really shocking for like the first thing that we're bringing up.
Yeah, hey, first thing we're bringing up, first live stream, fucking coming in hot or cold, I guess would in this. You'll understand why that's a funny joke in a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
So dark humor.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't see it.
What was that? I'm so confused. Is that music coming from you?
No, it's not me. Wow.
Whoa, what the hell was that?
That's a good question.
Was it you?
So apparently my Spotify kicked on randomly, and
Somebody upstairs.
I don't know what. Oh yeah, that might be a thing. Oh,
wait, did someone connect to your Bluetooth?
Yeah, I could be. All right, so here's the thing. So recently my daughter has been like fucking around with Alexa, and like she's 5, but she's like, Alexa, play this, and like and so then she starts trying to like guess songs. So she doesn't know what songs are going to actually play, and sometimes things kick on like Spotify randomly, and like it won't always happen in the room that you want it to happen in. I can't explain it. Technology is fucking confusing, but literally that was my Spotify that just kicked on.
Random.
So I don't even know what the fuck that was. Was that like
that was Fall Out Boy for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's Fall Out Boy, I believe.
Why do I know that? Don't ask me. I have no clue. I was totally not an emo kid forever, maybe including now. Okay, so Tayler Schabusiness. If you know the Lorena Bobbitt story, then you're on the right track. So she. Okay, I'm just gonna read the damn story, okay, because I can't make it any better than what the New York Post already said. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. Let's do this. Okay. And if you can click that over, I think
right
sweet.
here.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna stop this because I don't care about Prince Harry. Okay. So woman allegedly decapitated lover while high during sex and hid the body parts. 24-year-old Wisconsin woman allegedly killed and dismembered her lover during a drug-fueled sex session, dumping his head and penis in a bucket and his legs in a crock pot.
Wow.
Like I don't want to read more because it's disgusting, but I already have, and it's good. Okay, so the brunette seductress Tayler Schabusiness, with one of the most hilarious names ever, then allegedly told police that they were going to have fun trying to find all the organs.
Oh no.
Jesus, dude. Okay, the mutilated victim in the ghastly crime Thursday was a 25-year-old Green Bay man whom investigators have not identified. I think this is an older article, and they have identified him now because I think she got charged already. I don't know. Anyways, so this was from March 2nd of this year. Schabusiness made her first appearance in Brown County Court. It was back in March, via video conference on charges of first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and third-degree sexual assault.
Is that her mugshot right there? Like,
yes, that is her. Oh, of course, the neck tattoo.
Yeah. Do you think that she belongs on Shorty's of Instagram? You ever see that one?
Yeah, I have. It's pretty good. It's pretty funny.
It is pretty good. I'm like, yeah, no, she could get it.
Well, that's just the shoulders up. I think I've seen the full, and it's like, hey, I don't know. It's
no, not so good.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I have different standards. I don't know. Prosecutors said the sexual assault charge is for acts that took place after the man was dead. So it wasn't as he was dying. She was playing with a cold bone. Police were called to a home.
It happened in Clerks too. You know that, right?
What now?
In Clerks, like in Clerks when she like banged like the dead guy.
Dude, I haven't seen that movie in forever.
Okay, so there was a scene where the girlfriend wanted to try and make it up to Dante, who like she had sucked 37 dicks. What, in a row? That whole thing. Yeah. All right, so like, and she wanted to make it up to him, so she was trying to go and like have sex with him in the bathroom, but it was dark in there. There was an old guy who went in there to apparently to go whack it to like a nudie magazine and died, but everyone forgot about him, and so then she ends up like humping a dead rigor mortis cock.
Well, hey, I mean, at least he's not gonna, get whiskey dick,
and he's not decapitated.
Yes, very true. Oh, there's something that comes up about that here in a second. I hope it's in this article. If not, I have another one. You see, police were called to a home on Stony Brook Lane about 3:30 a.m. February 23rd by a resident who reported finding her son's head in a bucket. So it was the mom that found him.
That's so fucked.
She said she made the shocking discovery after being awakened by a door being slammed. Schabusiness, who investigators learned,
did the parents live like next door, or like they had to have maybe lived in the same house?
Well, no, he lived with the parents.
Okay,
and then she was over there banging him.
Wow, in the family home.
Yeah, exactly. And they were on meth, and in the parents I mean, there's like not having respect for your parents or your parents' house, and then there's like this level. You know what I mean?
This is like insane. Yeah, I hope she goes away for a very long time. If not, like gets like some kind of death penalty for the gross shit that she's done with like just defiling a body.
Oh, it's just gross, dude. It's just fucking gross. Okay. During a search of her van. Oh wait, hold on. Schabusiness, who investigators learned may have been the last person to be seen with the victim, was found at a home on Eastman Avenue with dried blood on her clothes. So she didn't even change her clothes. During a search of her van, police found a crock pot with human remains, including legs, according to a criminal complaint cited by the outlet. At the mother's house of horrors, they later found the head and male organ, his pain, in the bucket, and upper torso in a storage tote, and body fluid and knives. Oh, there's the other one. There's the.
Well, if she wasn't so fucking psychotic.
I know. Well, I think she has that like that chunky girl stance though, the like MySpace angles.
You know what I mean? No, you're right. It's how you twist the hips and you stick out the chest and whatnot, and like it's the low cut shirt. It's all the different elements that she's incorporating all together to try and like hey, look, I need a baby daddy.
Yeah, I mean, you take that shirt and bra off, and those are some Nancy Pelosi style hangers.
But you know what? Like, I'm not gonna shit all over Nancy Pelosi's knockers for the fact that she's like 88 years old or some crazy old woman, and like, you know, they're not terrible.
Okay, she's 88, but them titties are fucking 22. All right.
Yeah, they're legal.
I mean, hey, I'm not. Oh, good God. Okay. Are you getting yelled at in the background right now? Okay.
I am.
Okay, good. Because thank you for doing it for me, because I was going to say the same thing. When asked about what happened, the suspect reportedly said, "That's a good question." Her response to the cops, "What happened?" That's a good question.
Great question. I don't really know what happened. It was all like kind of like in the moment. You had to be there. You had to be there to really know what happened.
I don't know, man. Like, I mean, there's things you're telling me, but I don't really know. It's a good question. She told police she and the man had been smoking meth. Go figure. Before going to his mother's house.
The choice for the most psychotic.
Yeah, exactly. Either that or bath salts. No, if it was bath salts, she would have eaten him.
She would have ate his head.
Yeah. They were doing meth before. They'd been smoking meth before going to his mother's house, where they had sex using chains. Schabusiness said she had blacked out at one point, then went crazy. No shit. And began choking her partner, insisting she did not mean to kill him, but enjoyed choking him. She said,
"We're not here to kink shame, by the way.
Yeah,
that's not what we're here to do. We're just here to say you probably shouldn't go this far."
Yeah, hey, you know what? Everyone has, been involved in some light choking, but
Sure.
there's a way to choke, and there's a way to not choke.
Well,
right?
like, when the head falls off, that's a bad sign.
Yeah, no. So
that's like the third time we've brought up now Dumb and Dumber. It's like Petey was getting really old. His head just fell right off. Pretty bird.
No, there's I was watching a podcast, side note, but kind of not. So the Bert cast, so Bert Kreischer, I was watching his podcast, and he was talking with Nikki Glaser and like a couple other comedians or whatever, and they were talking about choking, like, but they were saying it was weird to like choke someone that you hadn't been, like some of them were saying that it was weird to like do dirty shit with someone that you don't know, but then some of them were saying that it was more weird to do dirty shit with like your significant other or whatever, like talk dirty.
We talked about this, I think, in the last Twitter space, where the risk you run with trying to do something new dirty with like your significant other you've been with for some time is the fact that like they're going to wonder, where the hell did you learn that from? Where'd that come from? Like when you're with somebody new, then it's like, that's your chance to try new things. Cause then they can be like, oh, this is just how they do things. This is like the way they express their love.
But at the same time, if you're doing it with someone new, there's a chance of the pound me too. I mean, hashtag me too. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but I mean, like that's the, I guess in this day and age, that's the risk you run, where it's like you're gonna take that risk if like you're gonna try something new and adventurous. Like, hey, let's see where this goes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why I am completely glad that I am not in the dating world anymore. I am completely
the dating scene anymore is just absolutely insane. The people that we've talked to before who are going through it, it's like, to try and like navigate through that minefield of people that are just like emotionally and like mentally like just like broken, from bad relationships, especially like when you get to like our age of like 36 and on and stuff like that. It's like, like that's where like people start like having a lot of baggage,
yeah, I'm just basically talking about like, I don't want to have to like search around for a dick.
Well, are you searching for dicks?
No, I'm just saying, like, like I don't want to like think, oh yeah, because I mean, hey, some of them put on the makeup and they look pretty, like, you know what I mean? Like if you get like a Blair White.
Where's this guy? Oh, well, all right, you're gonna use like the point 0.01 percentile of a trans that is super passing, you know, like that's like the 100th of a percentile of like somebody who's actually going to be like, hey, you know what, like guess what, I'm a dude, you know, like
hey, you remember that thing I told you about standards? Yeah, that's coming back into play. No. No, but I mean, I don't want to have to like, oh my God, you got a peen. And then it comes down to, it's like, is yours bigger than mine? Because then that's like you know what I mean?
So do you come across this problem often?
No, because I'm married. So
okay, well, but I mean, like, I guess being in California, maybe like you might encounter this more so than me in like, you know, Pennsylvania or in the Northeast, where like, you know, we don't get a lot of that, or it's very easy to tell, like, hey, you know what, that guy, he's wearing a dress, that's a dude.
Well, I did work at a gay bar for a while, so it was interesting. No, but I'm just glad that that's not anywhere in my life.
Just the dating scene in general, because I wasn't trying to go into the whole like, you know, like trans this or anything like that. Like I was just more or less going off of the fact that like, yeah, the dating scene is fucking hard and confusing anymore, because now everything's all about like, you know, like Tinder, which is very superficial, you know, and then you have like other dating apps, which either you're paying for a membership, and then those women typically want to like immediately get married and like get knocked up, or like there's no like real middle ground of like somebody like, hey, you know what, I want to enjoy our time together, and then like let's build something, you know, and turn it into something, like whatever. Like I can honestly say that like when I stopped looking, I found my wife. So
and that's the way it really is. Oh, do we get a thumbs up from the side?
She got a high five, or she wanted to get a high five because I said like, yeah, we met at a bar, but I stopped looking. I stopped like going out on dates, and I stopped like all the just like the debauchery of just going out and just constantly be like, oh, well, maybe this girl will be all right, and, you know, and it's just like it's a waste of time. And it's a waste of energy, because I'll tell you what, you end up having the same conversation over and over and over again, where the same conversation turns into the same 20 questions. And it's like, well, at the time I was a counselor for a troubled youth's like, I guess detention center or something like that. So like I was like, you know, I was part of the goon squad, where like I would go and I would have to like, you know, restrain kids and throw them in like rooms, but there's no locks on the rooms. Have to just hold the door shut, and I would have like my dinner brought to me, and I would have my foot on the door the whole time. Like literally, I have tons of crazy stories about working there. But like, yeah, those are good. But like when I was doing that, like that was always like one of the, oh, so what do you do? Oh, I work with kids. And like, oh, and then like it's like, oh, no, so I knew like the 5 to 10 question like lead up that would get them to say yes, to be like, all right, so we're gonna go back to my place. Yep, sounds good. You know, like there was a process, and I got sick of the process. And then after like a month of just like not trying anymore, that's when I finally met my wife, and I was like, hey, you know what? That worked out great.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of the same for me, because I was on the dating apps and all that stuff, and it was after I had moved back out here, but I just kind of not really care anymore, because like the dating apps for dudes are a lot like different. It's very hard to get a swipe right, so it was not conducive to like being able to like meet someone awesome like that, for what I thought. But then that's how me and my wife met. We met on Tinder. And
okay.
Yeah,
so exactly. You were a success story from that app. You should be like the poster boy for that app at this point. Like, no, you don't want to be the poster boy?
No, because then they'll dig into the rest of my life, and they'll be like, oh my God, this dude's a racist, sexist, homophobe. No, but I'm kind of mad at, you know, this turd over here, because I think I was like her second match. Like she literally just started the app and then she got mad. I'm like, that's not fucking fair.
But it's the difference between men and women.
True.
Like,
I mean, I'm glad.
You know, like, women are much more picky about those types of apps in general. Like the women I knew that were on those apps, they did not care for Tinder so much. They tend to like go towards things like I think it was called like Bumble, which was like where the woman chose who they wanted to meet up with, or who they wanted to like connect with or be able to message. I don't know what the fuck it was.
That was definitely Bumble. So that's
there was
why I
like
didn't do it.
Hinge and like all these other ones. Like, yeah, and the thing is, like, I don't know. I guess like if you're desperate enough to meet somebody, like there's all kinds of different options out there. But
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it felt weird, like talking to some of them about the stuff. But I don't know. It's always interesting because I never went through any of that. We had, when I was dating, it was like Plenty of Fish and like OK Cupid. And like outside of that, it was like, yeah, but eHarmony and like Match.com also, that was all paid stuff. And I was
some
poor
serious
as
shit.
fuck. Yeah, I was poor. And I can tell you what, there was a girl that I dated for a minute that I broke up with, and she was very, very scorned. Like she was very upset that I broke up with her, because she even told me, she said, no one breaks up with me. Like it almost got into this like real like manly voice, like no one breaks up with me.
Well, I did it.
And she ended up going on like Match.com or something like that, and then she ended up meeting a guy and got married, like just like that, just instantaneously, because that's what she wanted, that's what she was going for, and it just wasn't something I was like it just wasn't going to be me, that's for sure. I wasn't going to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an interesting, an interesting world to kind of navigate. And I mean, being out where I am, I'm like an hour north of San Diego, so I mean, I'm not like super removed, but I'm in a smaller city, smaller, area. So and we have like a couple bars and like a couple little, things here and there. So meeting someone at a bar and like they're all like, it seemed like kind of like hipstery, like douchey kind of dudes. I mean, kind of people, you know what I mean? And so it didn't seem like anything that I really wanted to be. So I was like, I'll just go on this and see if it worked, and ended up working out. And we, she showed up to the bar like an hour before I did, because I was like working or something. And she had like 3 drinks before I showed up, and I was like, you needed fucking 3 drinks before you met me? What an asshole.
I don't know. I like when I would talk to people, I would just keep drinking. And then like, like my wife will tell you, like the first night that we met, like I was drunk. Like I was definitely like pretty much in the bag, like, just talking to her about stuff or whatever. But I don't know. It was just like, it was just how like the conversation started,
we definitely had a bunch of drinks together. And, we like had drinks, we met up there, and then we just kind of ended up talking for a bunch of hours. And then we sat in my car and listened to metal for a bunch of hours, which I was like, yeah, this is definitely my chick. And she liked metal. And I was like, that's perfect. And so we were like talking for, a couple hours in the car. And then, and I used to smoke a lot of weed. And so we were sitting there smoking, and she was trying to, it's so funny because now I know that she was not someone that smoked a bunch of weed. And so she was just trying to impress me.
Okay.
So she kept smoking, and you could tell she was like, oh my God, I'm so fucking
well, that's cool. I mean, like, I mean, it's cool that she tried to like do something that like to stay. Yeah, I was about to bring that. So like, that's like, so it's cool that she brought that up and like wanted to like do something with you that you had interest in at the time or whatever. For me, I'm scared to death of fucking roller coasters, and my wife loves that shit. And like, she was like, oh, we're gonna go to Dorney Park, and we're gonna go for like it's like a theme park near me, and we went over there, and she wanted to do all the roller coasters. I'm like, okay, and I just kind of like went along with it. And every single photo is me like clenching my face as hard as I can, like just like my eyes are closed. And then she's just like, she says, oh, you look so scared with the whole thing. I'm like, yeah, because I am. Like I that was my first roller coaster I ever did. And she's like, no shit, that was the first one you've ever done? Like, yes. And then like after that, then it was like, all right, we don't have to do this anymore. I showed you that I loved you. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you are, I mean, I will, straight, say you are kind of a pussy, but no, I love roller coasters, dude. It's exhilarating. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, whatever. I don't fucking like it.
No.
I don't have to like it. So I want to try this real quick because we got our first comment, which is from Banana Bowie, and it shows like, oh, yeah, that's all I have to do. I just gotta hit that, and it just shows it in the bottom corner like that. Look at that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. See, we're just experimenting to see what's going on. So, hey, welcome, Banana Boo. You were watching for a second, and now you're gone. So, yeah, thank you for that. That's okay. So, I'll get into this since we're really kind of eating up a lot of time.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just finish this up.
Okay.
Because there's some funny things in here. Okay. So
all right, let's go.
Okay. So she said, back to Tayler, meth head Schabusiness, penis writer. She said police were going to have fun trying to find all of the organs as she dismembered the body. Schabusiness stated all the body parts should be in the basement, according to the complaint.
Should be. Couldn't keep track.
Yeah.
What do you think she sees in the things in the crock pot? Because cannibalism is coming back. I shared this thing on Twitter earlier today about how the New York Times talked about how cannibalism is on the upturn.
Yeah, I saw that. That's fucking weird. Yeah. But I mean, because that's what you would do in a crock pot. You want to, saute it a little bit.
At least add a beer can, so you get that was it the beer can chicken? Beer can chicken.
Yeah. So Schabusiness stated she used knives that she obtained from the kitchen of the residence, and that a bread knife worked the best because of the serrated blade. So that means she used multiple knives.
Well, what would Gordon Ramsay do?
True. He'd probably just yell fuck a bunch.
Fucking hell. This is not how you run a kitchen.
Yeah, right. I think I got bit by something. Oh, that sucks. Sorry, my toe just
or John Taffer would shut it down. Shut it down.
The woman said she did get paranoid and lazy, and that she thought it was the dope that was making her paranoid. Well, yeah, no shit, you fucking retard. She also said she planned on taking all the body parts with her, but got lazy and only ended up putting the leg/foot in the van, and she forgot the head.
Oops. I forgot the head of all things.
Good God. Yeah. Hey-o. Schabusiness appeared calm and said very little during a court appearance, only acknowledging she has the right to legal counsel. The woman had recently been put on probation and was supposed to be wearing an electronic monitoring bracelet, but apparently managed to remove it.
So, okay, that worked out great.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess it was $2 million cash bond. But yeah, that was it.
Looking pretty thick there.
Yeah, it's just a little thick.
The mom jeans.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude, I don't like it.
I'm not a fan of the mom jeans
either. No, not at all. Okay, so what are you what's your
you're gone. You left me. You totally you left the studio, and we're still alive. All right, so hopefully we get Ian to join us again. I'm gonna send him a quick invite again just in case he lost it because he's being a hard art. And wait, he came back. There he is. Welcome back, buddy. I was nervous that we lost you entirely and you were just not going to come back.
Hey, we both had a hard art moment today.
Tonight. Yeah. And so it's only fair. Only fair. We can't hold it against each other now.
No, so I closed Chrome fully instead of just that tab. I'm a dumb.
Well, it's better than saying the actual word.
Yeah.
All right.
R-worded. TikTok.
Yeah. We go consonant letter and then word.
Yeah. No, it's just TikTok. Right. That's all it is.
Yeah. So I have this clip here from Tayler Hansen, which this was in Tampa, Florida. It was outside of a high school actually, where Turning Point USA, are you familiar with Turning Point?
Yeah. Charlie Kirk, that big-headed.
Yeah, it's Charlie Kirk's foundation, where it's basically just kind of like a young Americans foundation almost too, or like a YAF thing, where it's essentially like a conservative a youth program essentially. YAF queen. So like it's one of those types of scenarios with the turning point. But outside of it was a bunch of Nazis protesting, and like yeah, we want to say Nazis like this because apparently the flags had brand new creases in them, like they were just brand new purchased flags.
Yeah.
And the one thing that Tayler says, and that which really rings true in my ears, is the fact that like they claim there was no Telegram group chat, there's no organization, they all just kind of showed up here together, which is literally impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible. If you think about how rare it is to find an actual Nazi in the world, like today, like people like, you're a Nazi. No, you're just blaming people for liking Trump. That's not a Nazi. No, like if you know what a real fucking Nazi is, it's fucking rare. Even if you like, consider like Aryan Brotherhoods, and you go into like Ku Klux Klan, you go into like neo-Nazis, and you find all these little subsects of like what are considered to be like white power groups or white nationalist type like scenarios, and you were to take all of them and put them into a like circle together and like clump them up in like one town, like it would probably be like, you know, maybe like 100 people like in the entire country. So like to think like that is like the like what, as Joe Biden likes to put it, is white supremacy is the biggest threat to America. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like we're like, there's no such thing as a true white supremacist like group that's like overwhelming the US. Like, yeah, there might be white supremacists out there, but like they are so few far in between that anybody who like just tries to like say that that's the problem, like racists are the problem, like obviously you're just like you're fueling propaganda. Like that's really all it boils down to. So let me throw this clip up here and like we'll get into this.
So we got some straight up feds out here at this event. I'm asking them, you know, trying to get them to take their masks off. They won't. They say it's because where they work. Their stories have contradicted each other over and over and over again. They don't even believe in what they're doing right now. These aren't real Nazis. Yeah, you might have a few real Nazis employed by the FBI here, but that's literally what's going on. We've seen this in Canada. We've seen this all around the country.
And what he's talking about is the fact that like this is like a psyop type scenario where like, feds can actually like just go. They did it exactly, he said, in Canada, where like in the 80s they put up Nazi posters in Canada to try and gather white supremacists and like neo-Nazis in Canada into like one location. So what did they end up doing? They created Nazis by putting up Nazi posters throughout, like I think it was Quebec or it was Montreal, I believe they did that. And like so like by putting up the posters, somebody who was like, hey, you know what, I kind of agree with what they have to say, now that guy is going to go and get entrapped into being a Nazi, you know, when he was maybe he wasn't going to be that guy, but now like they made him into that by showing that, hey, here are some people who might agree with your perspective, and now like they've put fuel on the fire, and then now all of a sudden now there's Nazis that exist.
It's one of those things where it's like, dude, like there's a difference between it's kind of like calling everyone racist or calling everyone sexist or homophobic or blah, blah, blah. Like, it's like, yes, point out racism. Yes, point out all these things. But when you call someone racist so many times, and when it's just frivolous and it's not actually equated in truth, like, or to truth, then all you're doing, like, cause you know, just being white, I'm, you know, half Hispanic, but I'm, you know, white. So if someone, just because I'm a white guy, calls me a racist, I'm like, no, I'm not. But then what it does is it makes me think of like, why would I be? And then like thinking about the way I think and all this, and then I'm thinking like, but it doesn't make me racist because I think a certain thing. No, it doesn't. But I guess call me that. I guess I am if you call me that. You know, and then it just breeds racism in people. It breeds the actual thing you're trying to keep away.
Well, I'll definitely share the one thing I have on Twitter later, where like somebody called me a racist scum. He called me a racist scum on Twitter, which I mean, like I did not give a shit because like there was nothing I said was even remotely racist at all.
It's just fun at that
But
point.
it was just like the guy like had to like dig at me, and the only thing he can come up with is the fact that I was bald and had a beard and had an IPA in hand. So then he called me a racist scum, which okay. that makes zero sense. But good for you. Good for you for having, being able to formulate a full sentence which turned into an insult.
Hold on, I have a good one for that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, actually, I have those video drops which I have to upload on here, which I'm gonna put those on here so we can just click on them and
Yeah, okay, cool. Because I got the sound effects over here on the little Roadcaster too. So
cool.
Just in case.
All right, we'll get back to Taylor.
Okay.
On January 6th, this is a common reoccurrence. These people show up, give bad optics. I mean, they're at a damn high school event right now. I asked them why they're here at a high school event, why they chose this, and if they're organized, they said, no, we're not organized, we just all showed up. So they just...
Impossible.
Yeah,
impossible. Everybody would just show up with their flags all waving with all their masks on and like, oh, well, I can't show my face because of my job or whatever that. Oh, but you're gonna show up here in Nazi paraphernalia.
It doesn't make
that's
zero
totally
sense.
fine.
That makes zero sense. Period. Like I don't get any of that.
None of it makes any sense. This is why it definitely feels like it's a Fed ran type protest where it's just trying to make Turning Point look like they attract Nazis.
Did they come out of a U-Haul?
Well, this wasn't the Patriot Front people, but yeah, it's
just
they all showed up individually and decided that they're all going to be Nazis and wave Nazi flags outside of a high school event, allegedly without even communicating with each other, because that makes a lot of sense. They were able to just sync their minds and all come in here at the same time with no Telegram group chats, no group chats to organize, absolutely no organization, they said. But yet they're all here doing the exact same thing. You know, one man said that his parents were murdered by a black man, and that's why he's out here. He's allegedly
spooky
18 years old, and his story just keeps contradicting itself. These people are lying. These people are here for bad optics, to give bad optics to Turning Point USA, so you can have left-wing journalists like Stephen Monticelli and Zachary Patrizio pick up these stories saying, hey, look at this Nazi holding a Ron DeSantis sign. That means Ron DeSantis is a Nazi and his base is Nazis.
This is exactly what's going to end up happening for the midterm, without a doubt, because no, I think without a doubt, DeSantis is going to end up running. Now, whether or not he runs with Trump or on his own, honestly, I think it'd be smarter for him to run on his own. But like some people are going to be, oh no, come on, man, blah, 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 this and that.
Well, it's very, I don't know, man, because it's like I like what Trump was doing, and I know that's not something that you want to admit, on the internet, but
yeah, well, first episode, buddy, get it all out there right now.
Hey, you know what? I just want to let everyone know what they're in store for: dick jokes, cold dick jokes, and Trump.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, that at least you gave them variety.
Exactly. Just mostly dick jokes. And but it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, I like what he did. I don't, doesn't mean, he's still a human being. So just because he does, 90% of things that I agree with doesn't mean I agree with him fully, but I agree that, the America First thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. And the thing is, I totally agree. Where I totally supported what Trump had done for us as a country, and I felt like that was a huge step forward with us, being energy independent, our economy. There were so many things that were so positive that happened out of that 4-year term, which was really impressive. But the thing is, right now he's so divisive. I don't know, divisive, whatever. Yeah. People pronounce it differently all over, but either way, he's divisive to me. And the thing is, so to me, that if he was to run, which I know he's already claiming to run, it's going to divide the right, and that's going to be the biggest. That's going to be our downfall. That's going to be the right's downfall right there, because if he runs and DeSantis does not run as his vice president or anything like that, his campaign buddy, whatever you want to call it, and that's what's going to end up causing the problem, because if it's DeSantis, I'm going to go DeSantis over Trump. And like if they don't run together, that's the only other choice, like, and that means that the left is going to win. Like there's going to be, without a doubt, a Democratic, a president, whether it's Biden or it's going to be Michelle Obama or Kamala Harris or somebody who ends up running to replace Biden, because even the left, the most sensible people on the left will still tell you, oh my God, Biden's terrible.
Well,
like,
yeah,
they'll lay it right out there anyway, because like it's just common sense at this point. Like the guy has like ran our economy into the ground. He's terrible with foreign affairs, and he's just a blunder at every like turn of like what's been happening. They could say the same thing when it came to Trump. They could say like, oh well, Trump did this and Trump did that. Yeah, you know what? The guy talked off the cuff and just said a lot of stupid shit, but at the same time, his policies were on point.
Yeah,
every single one of them. And the thing is that people can't really argue that, because facts hurt, unfortunately, when it comes down to that. But so like, I don't know, that's the problem where we talk about like facts versus feelings and things like that. But like, that's why I personally would prefer to have DeSantis in office, where you have somebody who like is more of a politician, is a little bit more refined. I think, even though he's kind of like spectrumy with like the things that he'll say to like the
I think he's like Trump light.
Interviewers. What's that? I
think he's like Trump light.
Sure,
because
I appreciate that.
Yeah, he does have a very he does say shit straight to the press. Like, you know what I mean? He does say shit like, no, go fuck yourself. Like he does say it, but it's in a lighter way. I think my personal opinion,
he knows how to phrase it to get people to understand what his point is without having to be abrupt or like too abrasive. Now,
and
like,
I think, but what
maybe we enjoy it. We enjoy the comedy that comes along with like someone like Trump. Yeah, like Trump's comedy, like his comedic timing and the way he handled the press. We love it because he's a little bit of a bully. He's a bit of like an asshole and whatnot, because that's kind of who we are.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, that's not everybody, so like, therefore, if we want to really have like somebody where everyone's going to get behind, I think DeSantis is the right choice.
Yeah. I mean, I would tend to agree with you on that. What I do think is that we are such a pussy fucking nation right now that we need Trump again. To be completely honest, because was he divisive? Yes. But was it his first time ever being a politician? Yes. So the learning curve, like that's like, to me, it's like grading him on a curve, because he's never had anything to like, yes, he's had to deal, with making big deals and dealing with politicians before. And, obviously.
Okay. But then put him on the same scale of a learning curve when it comes to like, all right, his policies surpassed every single other president. So like he did a fantastic job in that aspect. But when it came to speaking publicly, it's fucking a shit show. So like, I mean, I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I'm not going to lie. But the fact is that like, it still was a shit show, because there was moments I'm like, oh my God, just shut the fuck up. Just please stop talking.
Okay. But so I've talked to you about Andrew Schulz, the Flagrant podcast, right?
Right.
Okay. So I just watched, he just came out with his special, which I don't know if you know anything about what happened with his special, but he was going to do it with a streaming service. I'm pretty sure it was Netflix, but he doesn't want to say. But he did it with a streaming service, and he recorded it last September. And then when he gave it to the streaming service and whatever, and they said, hey, we really like this. They had no problem when he came out to the show, but when he gave them the actual finalized special, they were like, yeah, but remove like this 10 minutes of material. And he was like, no, like I know my audience and I know who I'm going to sell it to, and they will all completely be fine with all these jokes. And so he basically, what he did is he bought his special back. He paid $2 million of his own money to buy his special back and basically bet on himself. So he put it up online and it was like $15 for the special or whatever. So I bought it. And because I think he's probably one of the best comedians out right now, if not ever. And so I had my little brother and his wife over, and we watched it on Saturday night, had some drinks, watched it, had like kind of a viewing party or whatever.
Right.
One of his jokes was about Trump. And he like, literally 5 minutes into it. He kind of just gives that look and goes, I miss Trump, dude. Like whatever. And he's like, I'm not talking about the policies. Calm down, QAnon. and he goes, I'm talking about like the group chats were lit, dude. Like the amount of times it'd be fucking 12:30 at night, and like the group chats would like someone be like, dude, he's making fun of retarded people he's making fun of
the group chats, but also like even if you think about like what was it? Just like the interviews, everything that he did was just, there was a sense of comedy to like everything that ended up happening.
He's a fucking comedian.
You know, the other networks,
no
they thrived off of it. Like was it Samantha Bee, Full Frontal just got canceled, completely. And the reasoning behind it is because she doesn't have anything to really go off of right now. The biggest money maker for the left for the longest time, like we're talking about Jon Stewart, The Daily Show, we're talking about Samantha Bee, we're talking about CNN, like the Stelzer and all them, like all they made all their money and they got their viewership after like going and making fun of Trump, because that was like the big money maker.
You're talking about the fully heterosexual chunky man Brian Stelter, right?
Oh, he's 100% man, baby.
You're talking about the fully heterosexual man that carries a purse. Okay,
his merce. It's a merce.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean
European carry-on.
His policies aside, and a lot of the things that were said about him were completely either edited for narrative or taken out of context, but his policies were amazing, but completely.
Well, if you want to really talk about edited, if you really want to talk about edited, talk about the Jan 6 like hearing thing where they always show the clip of Trump giving the speech outside the White House. Yeah. And they talk about him like, so we're gonna march down Pennsylvania Avenue. Everyone's cheering, and it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be perfect. Lots of great people. Lots of people that I enjoy.
Know all the greatest people.
And he's going on about it. Is it we're gonna go down there, and they love to just cut it off right before he says peacefully protest, right before he says peacefully
make our voices heard. Because
if you see the entire speech, he says immediately after, like, we're gonna go down Pennsylvania Avenue and we're gonna is a peacefully protest, but they cut that part off, and Liz Cheney just keeps on a little smirk on her face, like no one knows because nobody else actually watched the speech besides us.
Well, yeah,
we got him good, didn't we, everybody?
Well, the whole thing is like he says, peacefully make our voices heard. When if you listen to Maxine Waters and you listen to AOC and Ilhan Omar, the brother fucker, and all of these other people, they're saying we need to fight, we need to do this. Dude,
and they're all about harassing and protesting outside of judges' homes and going to like where the judges are out to eat and like harass them, like ruin their lives and this and that. And then you get somebody like Alex Stein who's gonna go and be like, "Hey AOC, I love you. You're so beautiful. You're so sexy.
He's great.
You're my big booty Latina." And it's like, "Oh, you're hot like a tamale." And then he might be on and on, and he's saying all these positive things to try and like egg her on, because he's doing this on purpose, because like her whole thing is victimization. Like AOC has built an entire career off of being the victim. Like when it came to Jan 6, she was nowhere near the actual like the Capitol building. She was on the opposite side of the campus, and she thought she was going to get raped by who? The security guard that was there to save you. Like,
or then down by the border. It's the same thing. She was
she faked the whole border crying thing. Yeah, it's all for optics. It's all it's ever been about. So like, the fact that so Alex Stein went at it from a different angle instead of trying to attack her. Instead of trying to attack her on he brought up the fact that, oh, she's a baby killer, everybody, but he brought that up, but he didn't. But I love her anyway. He tried to make it a positive critique almost, and like she got so pissed off about it that like when she got to the top of the stairs, she went live on Instagram and you see this guy behind me, and he's back here
with my juicy booty.
But like the thing is, he's waving, smiling in the background, like
Yeah, it's great. It's amazing.
And it totally discredits everything that she said. Like this guy was like out to try and get her. Oh, he's gonna come up and like just try to rip her apart or something like that. No, he was all smiles. He's like, oh, I have big juicy booty, like my big booty Latina. He never said juicy. It was her. It was AOC that said.
Okay,
he's talking about
I'm gonna share my screen because we need to watch the actual thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I love you, AOC. You're my favorite. You're my favorite big booty Latina. I love you, AOC. You're my favorite. She wants to kill babies, but she's still beautiful.
Oh,
very beautiful in that dress. You look very sexy. Look at that booty on AOC. That's my favorite big booty Latina. I love it. My favorite AOC. Nice to meet you, AOC.
And you know, that's her husband. That was her husband that was walking the dog in front.
AOC. Hot, like a tamale. See, my favorite big booty
Right here.
Latina.
So that's her husband walking up in the black with the shorts.
Yeah, you mean the cuck?
Well, he's absolutely a cuck. But the thing is that like so that's her or not her husband, her fiance. That's her fiance that's walking up and like walking the dog. He doesn't say a goddamn thing. Now, if you were walking somewhere with your wife, and somebody starts saying stupid shit like that, maybe you should be the one that steps up and be like, hey, knock it the fuck off. You know, because like you don't want, because like your fiance is the one that's in the public light where like if she says something, she's going to be all over every tabloid and this and that, or if she does something stupid and like tries to hit him or whatever. So like as like the boyfriend fiance, this is like kind of like your opportunity to kind of like, I don't know.
Whoa. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
just like step up a little bit and be like, hey, listen, I'm a man and I'm talking to you as a man. Stop it.
I'm sorry, dude. Like there's a difference between like, you know, hey, this guy is saying something about my, you know, my fiance, girlfriend, wife, whatever you want to say, you know, life partner, whatever, you know, they're saying on the left now, you know, saying that they are attractive or they got a nice ass or, you know, whatever. And then there's like continuously saying something like, I'll like if there's a dude that says something about my wife's ass, I'm gonna for one part be like, okay, well, I'm obviously lucky to be with her, and like, you know, maybe it's a compliment to me. But then at the same time, if you're continuously,
it can be in certain context. If it's being directed to you, if it's being directed to you, like, wow, your wife's got a great ass, then like that's a compliment to you about your wife, you know, like something like that. But again, you're treading on very thin ice when it comes to that, where it could go wrong at like how you phrase things, the context, the timbre in your voice can like set it off, you know, in the wrong way. Yeah, exactly. It's weird, man. It's weird. But anyways, so what my going back a little bit, my personal opinion is I think that the best thing that we can do right now is have DeSantis run as Trump's running mate. Have DeSantis run. The reason why is have him run as his VP, because then we got Trump for 4 years because he can only run for 4 years, and then DeSantis for 8. Then we got 12 years to try and reset what we got going, what we have as a country here. Mm-hmm. Because we don't want, like, I'm just saying, as a party, we don't want to have the infighting like the left is doing right now. No, I agree. Like, you know, and this is exactly why I was trying to avoid that whole like thing before, because I was like, you know, I wish Trump wouldn't run, because then we would just be like, all right, we have to go DeSantis. That would just save everything a bunch of headaches. But like, if it had to be this way, then I'm absolutely gonna vote like Trump and DeSantis for 2024. You know, because that would bring, I think, everybody together. And like you said, it would equate to, you know, basically, hopefully being 12 years. Like, you know, like whether it's a Republican or you just want to consider conservative values or something along those lines. Well, and I just think I think because we need. I think that has DeSantis done a good job of fostering a good conservative hey, we have Movies America in the chat right now. Hey, we have big juicy booties. What up, juicy booties? Hey. No, but I think we have I think he has fostered a good environment in Florida for conservatism, but I do also think, why is this fucking playing right now?
but I do think that I don't think he has fostered to the same extent that Trump has fostered. You know what I mean? So like, given DeSantis, even if DeSantis doesn't run for a little while, then it's still he can foster that same. He can continue to build that in Florida, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. So all right. Yeah. No, I understand and I agree with where you're coming from. I'm just saying that like if I could pick like my preferred like presidential candidate, it would have been DeSantis over Trump, just for the mere fact of the divisiveness that's going to occur in the right if they were not to run together.
Yeah. No, I mean, and it's understandable. And I mean, you know, we are in America, so you know everyone's entitled to everyone else's opinion. So I mean, it's great. It's just I think that with where we are right now, I think that our best move, so we don't have infighting, so we don't have the separation that a lot of the left is doing, and that the left will feed on and run stories, and then also probably benefit from. Because, you know, we're on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, so we can't really, you know, say certain things. But, you know, 2020 was interesting. Let's just say that. So we don't want 2024 to turn into the same thing. So or give them more credence and more evidence to or more avenue to do the same thing. You know what I mean?
I understand. I totally understand. And like, I think like hopefully doing away with like the mail-in ballots and stuff like that will kind of get rid of some of like the cheating that was occurring definitely in 2020. In my opinion, like in my personal opinion, as like the disclaimer as we put into these types of sections, 100% I have to say that like the drop boxes, like going off of like even just this little bit of evidence that was in like 2000 mules, like just like that little bit of evidence when it comes to like the geo-tracking to me should have just stopped the whole freaking thing from like, because like the geo-tracking was the same technology used to track and locate and arrest the people in January 6th. So the people that were inside the Capitol, they used the exact same technology, saying that it was justified then for Jan 6 arrests, but it's not justified for the obvious cheating that was going on where people are dumping multiple ballots into ballot boxes. Now, obviously, they're not holding that to the same level as like, you know, vandalism inside the Capitol, but like, really, like you think about it, like what's more destructive? Like what's more destructive, broken windows or like a stolen election?
Okay, YouTube, if you are reviewing this, the manual reviewer, if anything happens with this, we are not saying that we are supporting the January 6th thing, and we're not saying anything happened. We're not saying that anything happened in the 2020 election that wasn't. It was
a fair election,
fairest election,
safest and fairest election.
And Joe Biden is definitely the dictator. I mean, the president.
He's 100% the official president of the United States.
No, I mean, we could go down rabbit holes for forever, for hours on that one. I think at some point we should stream about that. Maybe on Wednesday when we do that, we should maybe
we can actually like, dive further into like that whole like election, the chaos that ensued during that. But I do have some palate cleansers for us.
Okay,
if we want to do some of that to kind of like clear the palate of all the nonsense we've been talking between like decapitated bodies and like crock pots full of heads, penises, and feet. And
okay, real quick
go ahead
before we get over there, because I know the title of this video is Super Soyldiers versus the Sons of Anarchy. Yes. And we might not be able to get into that because we've been going for a while, but on the next one, we will be talking about it. Basically, Antifa decided to go protest a biker rally.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, that's not going to end good for the
not at all. That's a terrible decision for them.
Yeah, exactly. It's so great. Sorry, just had to talk about that.
I really hope to see that one for sure. Like, I will see it. You know, like.
It was great. It was great.
But like, yeah, I think if anything, we'll probably end up doing that like Wednesday night or something like that. When I get back home, we'll get into all of that nonsense.
Wait. Hold on.
What do you got?
Share my screen again, please. Share my screen again right now.
I'm adding. Oh, whoa. Okay. Oh, is there a slip and slide in
Oh my God, is that a little person?
They found one.
Uh.
That's good luck.
Okay, I don't want to get I don't want to get
Copyrighted
for that. But what the hell, dude?
Well, you could silence the audio and just let it play.
True. I like the way you think.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'm gonna drink to that. Cheers.
So like they just literally took over like a whole like subway train car in like New York City and like just kind of now it's a party. Like is that like someone's
wait,
like is that a
hold on, was that a luchador?
I don't know, but they got like
slip and slide.
KY jelly wrestling and like they got all kinds of
they got a dog.
Whoa, and whoa. There's a midget humping.
They got a midget. They got Asian. Okay,
little person humping.
Yeah. You don't want to. Okay, dude. I'm just letting you know. Just so you know more about me. I don't like little people
At all.
No.
What about Peter Dinklage? You okay with him?
He's on a screen, so he's not in front of me, and you know what I mean. And he's an actor, so there's some sort of redeeming quality. I just don't.
Are you saying because there's a separation between like him being like physically in the same room as you?
Yeah. I when I was in Austin,
did you get into a fight with a little person?
I almost did.
You almost did. That would have. I don't know if that equates to like beating up a kid or like what did it really equate to? Because I mean, like they're full grown adults.
They're an adult.
Yeah, they're adults, but like I don't know.
They can get these hands.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like it would be like a fair fight.
Oh no, he didn't do anything to me. I was like close to blackout party Ian, and I turned to my friend and I was like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him right now. I don't
know. So like you just have this like ingrained into you.
It's just an instinct. I don't like them. I think it's the hands. I don't know. They just creep me out.
Are you gonna pull up like the Austin Powers? Smell like cabbage.
It's Connie's.
Connie's. They smell like cabbage.
Yeah, exactly. It's the hands. No. Okay. I'm sorry that came up on my screen, and I was
it's fine. I totally appreciate you sharing sharing that with us. So we learned a little bit more about Ian tonight, where he has definitely some kind of phobias and or prejudices to height.
Completely. And I mean, I'm not a tall dude either. I mean, not saying that I'm anywhere near, little person.
Okay. So, all right. So let's go with this. So since we have some fun stuff to go into for next week, would you rather see something weird or something kind of funny?
Well, weird is usually funny, but okay.
Okay. So we'll start weird and then we'll go funny.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let's do that.
I'm on your time right now. You said only about an hour, so as long as you can go, I'm fine.
Yeah, I understand. Well, this is where we're gonna wrap up with the palate cleansers, buddy. That's what I'm saying. Weird or funny, and then we went weird and then funny. So.
Yeah, of course. And New York.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, internet.
Dude, the internet is amazing.
Somebody actually spent time and did a whole like C-section like fucking gummy bear video.
Dude, they put a gummy bear in a gummy bear. I don't care about the C-section part. Like, how'd they do that?
Well, I'm sure they cut the gummy bear open and they because like look in the beginning there's a whole gummy bear with a big belly. So they totally skip over the whole baby making moment.
Yeah, that's the most important part. That's the fun part.
This is the part that should have won the longest.
Yeah, exactly. Pornhub, OnlyFans.
Yeah. And the next thing you know, now we have a big old belly on a gummy bear.
But you can see the gummy bear in there. You can see him in there.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. The gummy bear is inside
Okay, my question is, why did they make it like Gushers? They should have made it like Gushers and like, you know.
Oh yeah, that would have been
See what
good.
I'm saying?
Just go and then just came right on out. It would have been a natural birth. Is done its job for today, that's for sure.
Okay, I got one for you if you want to share my screen.
Sure.
Okay. Hold on.
Is that your reaction? Oh, okay.
Let me see real quick.
Oh no.
We'll rewatch it real quick. The fart makes it.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can I get my large fry?
No, why are
Oh
you?
no. Oh my god.
Bitch, ugh.
God. She's digging. She is in there digging for shit. Like, oh my, literally shit. Oh my god. All right, so here's my other one that I got for you. And
okay.
This one's kind of funny. I enjoyed this one for sure. I figured you would enjoy this as well.
Okay, cool.
I want my mom to understand that I can't live off of $1,000 a month, and I grew up on a certain lifestyle. She can't just take that away from me immediately.
Okay.
I think the best thing would be to start with a job.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
She needs a job.
No.
And I think it would be great if you volunteered some more at the soup kitchen. You could do some great volunteer work down there.
I did that.
She doesn't need a job babysitting. She needs a job in the world.
No.
She doesn't need a job at
Absolutely
home.
not.
She needs a job in the world.
Yes.
Millennials,
You need a job.
No, I don't want a job.
Well, I know.
It's so much work.
Yes, that is the point, ding dong.
I know some people probably don't find that hilarious. I find it absolutely fucking
So great.
hilarious.
I find it hilarious, but I also find it horribly scary and telling about our society.
Because it's so true as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't want to work. I just want to make an OnlyFans. I want to shake my ass and people give me $5.
You're like, that's your butthole probably gross. Okay, hold on. I got one for you.
All right.
Wait.
Name an animal with 3 letters in its name.
Dog.
Hold on, I gotta share your screen, bro.
Okay. Sorry. We good?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
on.
Hold on. It's one of those fucking Facebook things where it's annoying and
Its name.
Dog.
animal with 3 letters in its name.
Dog. Cat. Bat. Rat.
Pig.
Ape. Fly. Bee. Pig. Hog. Hen. Eel. Ant.
Frog.
Unbelievable. Milk.
Milk. A brand of gasoline.
Shell. Mobile.
Regular.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Exxon.
Something that comes with a summer storm.
Rain.
Snow.
Sounds right. All right, what else you can do?
I got good news and bad news.
It's all bad news.
Give me the bad news first.
The bad news is your brother thinks it snows in the summer and is pretty dicey on 3-letter words. Back, here we go.
Name an animal with 3 letters in its name.
Dog, cat, just say something normal.
Alligator.
Oh no.
Name an
What?
animal with 3
What?
letters in its name.
Alligator?
Alligator.
Huh?
What? Well, you can tell they're related.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what this is. This is my
We're
wife
just gonna
sent me-
watch her take a dive real quick into traffic.
Yeah, this was us when we were in Austin because we were drunk as fuck.
Or was that? That's one of those motorized. Oh no, that's one of those motorized scooter things where you just kind of like go and like you rent it for like an hour or something like that, and just take it off to wherever you're going in town.
Yeah, the bird scooters, man. We rode those a bunch, and
Yeah,
we
lime and bird scooters in Nashville too, where I'm pretty pretty regular over there.
Yeah, we were drunk as fuck, and we were yelling obscenities at all the bar patrons down Rainy Street, which is like the hipster area in Austin. And then 2 minutes after leaving that street, I ate shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I deserved it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I think this was pretty successful for our first time doing a little bit of a live stream here. We didn't. I wish we would have gotten to your topic for like the episode today. I mean, do you want to go for it?
It is up to you. I mean, we can do that if you want. Let me just give me a second. Let me pull up
because I mean, like we were talking about putting it on for Wednesday, but I mean, like I got a little bit of drink left here, and it's already at the point where I'm like, hey, you know what? If we're gonna do this, let's fucking do it.
Fucking do it. Okay, so let me see real quick.
And we're so glad to have some people viewing and whatnot as well. So like this is a great way to kind of like get the ball rolling, I suppose. You know, we're just going a little bit long than normal.
Yeah, well, I mean, and okay, there is something that I did learn about YouTube streaming is that after the 2 hour mark, they don't care about what you say.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna hit the 2 hour mark.
I'm just saying for future reference.
Okay, good to know.
Like
literally, we can definitely do some stuff on there. Or after once we hit the 2 hour mark, we can really get into some shit.
Yeah, I'm not saying we can go straight Django Unchained, but I think we can
go that nuts.
Yeah, we can at least bundles of sticks and R words.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something.
You see what I mean? Like it's a compromise.
Privileges. It's white privilege.
Okay, so let me see real quick.
Not a margarita.
You need another margarita?
Yeah, I'm slipping away here in Margaritaville.
Wow, you are lame, but in a good way. Okay, so this
my lost shaker of salt.
Okay, I don't know Jimmy Buffett.
Obviously you kind of do if you just name dropped.
I mean, I know of it, but I don't know lyrics. I'm not deep into the lore.
Into the lore of Margaritaville. I'll tell you what has a great lore behind it. The song Escape. It's that's the Pina Colada song. Okay. If you like Pina Coladas, and getting caught in the rain, all that shit. Because that one, it has a great story behind it, which I mean, like, it's actually a pretty fucked up story. But like, I never really paid much attention to that song until like the one day when my wife was like, "You gotta listen to this thing." Like, I know the song, I'm like, but you ever really listen to it? It was totally like that half-baked moment. Like, you ever look at the back of a $20 bill? Yeah, but I really looked at it, and it was like, oh, well, okay. So tell me what you're talking about. And then like, I was like, wow, I see it. I see Bush hiding in the bushes there.
Have you ever looked at a $20 bill on
weed?
He's hiding in the bushes, man. Go team, go red team, go.
You all good? I can bring this up.
I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, you're good. This is from motorious.com.
Very reliable source. We like to give them credit whenever possible for all of our resources.
So, Motorcycle Monday, Antifa declares war on Oregon motorcycle clubs. Back on Sunday, July 16th, members of Antifa followed through on vows to try disrupting a gathering at the Honky Tonk Bar in Salem, Oregon. So it's definitely black people. The result of the far left group's actions is somewhat is what some are predicting to be a war between them and several motorcycle clubs throughout Oregon. If that sounds to you like a confrontation which would be wise to back away from, you're not alone. What happens next could be ugly. So basically, Antifa groups began rallying members and supporters to join a counter demonstration for the Take Action Tour event being held at the Honky Tonk Bar. They characterized the venue's gathering as racist and catering to both fascists as well as white supremacists. That event was marketed by the bar as Hero Appreciation Day. complete with a dunk tank, bike show, eating contest, live music, bouncy house, juicy booties. Just kidding. Karaoke, free hot dogs, etc. So basically, they just clashed with them, and it was ridiculous.
Think?
What? Yeah. So we're gonna go to Andy No, reporting on it, and let's see what happened here.
We're going to continue to show the people, and yeah, you better fucking listen to your security. Yeah.
Oh my God. Sorry, I just had to.
Thank you very much, Portland, Andy. Thank you very much, Portland, Andy. These are all great people. In no way, boy.
Jesus.
Isn't Antifa so brave that they wear masks everywhere they go so they don't ever reveal who they are?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, meanwhile, everybody else just shows their face, like, you know, like, this is who I am, this is what I believe, but they hide who they are because of what they believe.
After 2 hours, I would have more words to say.
Well, you just try to mace him?
Yep.
Oh, well, that's a bad sign if you just tried to mace a biker.
Yeah,
Go back to his bike and
well.
go grab a chain, or he's going to grab his handgun, or he's going to grab a baseball bat, or something. You are going to get fucked up.
I'm fine with any of those. Okay, can we just point out that they're using a police siren on their little bullhorn, but they don't like police? Is that not funny?
Well, they want to defund the police. They want to get rid of the police for sure. But like, it's shocking that they want to use that. They always want to call the police whenever it would benefit them.
Okay, so we've obviously seen plenty of Antifa videos and them being complete twat waffles.
Well, and Andy No has always been a gold mine for any Antifa videos because he's always been the guy who was right in the mix of all of it up until when he got beaten nearly to an inch of his life.
Yeah,
you know, like up until that point, he was like in the mix with all of it, and then he kind of like took a step backwards after like nearly dying from it.
Well, the only step backwards that he took was just going in to the actual areas, but he still reports on them all the time. He still
he absolutely does all his reporting, but he's not the guy on the ground anymore because he can't.
Yeah,
like, they know who he is, and they hunted him down, and then they beat him within an inch of his life.
Okay, so on the way, Will Smith is top trending. Oh, okay, he's a Braves pitcher.
Not that Will Smith.
That's an unfortunate name. Okay. So what's trending? Number 6, The View. This should be great. Turning Point USA has issued
I saw this one earlier. This was because Whoopi actually it might not be the same thing, but at one point Whoopi claimed that Jill Biden should be Surgeon General because she's an amazing doctor. And then somebody else, one of the other co-hosts of The View, they went and turned around and said, like, well, she's not that kind of a doctor, she's like a teacher doctor.
Yeah
like, so then they kind of like stopped it there. It's like, oh, Whoopi.
Okay, there is one more thing that I did want to play just as the ending because it's too good.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so let's see real quick. Open with. All right,
you good? You good?
Yep.
Not trying to show all the man behind the curtain stuff. Oh yeah, I've seen this. This is great.
So great. Wait for it.
Is it safe to say that based off of your comments, you're suggesting that these women at these abortion rallies are ugly and overweight?
Yes.
What do you say to people who think that those comments are offensive?
Be offended.
Mm-hmm.
Based.
But that's when like the thug glasses come right down.
Okay, just letting you know, if anyone that's watching right now, of maybe the 2 or 3 people, that's going to probably be in our intro.
Yeah.
And honestly, if anyone's listening right now and they have a clip that they think would be funny in our intro, we're just going to be putting funny things like that in the intro. And I'm still about to come up with it, try and come up with it by the next week when we do this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like we're totally open and welcoming to like all kinds of different input and comments.
We're very
and
inclusive.
things like that. And also make sure that like, you're commenting and there's like being a part of the conversation in the show and stuff like that as well. Because we will have guest speakers on here, and we'll also just be like incorporating the comments of things that kind of come in as they go. Like I've been throwing up comments as they come in and stuff like that. Like we had Movies America commented plenty of times on here, just making sure that it doesn't miss his window. Like Huckabee did, and like the 2-hour mark, red light district. That's going to be our zone at one point.
Okay, I'm just saying, red light district means sexual things, and no one's going to see anyone's butthole. Okay,
well, it's not going to get graphic, but we might talk about people's buttholes.
might.
The
first story that we were talking about was the peen cutter offer.
Yeah, that was a whole thing. But yeah, with that, guys, I want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Make sure you're following us on the socials, and you're following the Whiskey Capitalist on Twitter. We're on Facebook, and this is a new show on the Til Death Podcast YouTube channel, which you are watching it right now if you're on there, and all kinds of fun stuff that we're going to be creating and uploading. And we're going to also be putting the Twitter Spaces up there as well, which so like every week when we're doing that, that hour and a half long conversation, whatever it ends up being, that's going to be also uploaded as additional content. So if you miss the conversation, you can go back and listen to it that way as well. So that's another great way to be able to stay in touch with everything that we're putting up.
All right. So while I think I might even have something to put up on the screen so everyone can see all of our links. Let me see if I can do that real quick.
I don't have any Rusty Sheriff's badge. But...
wow, dude. Oh, damn it. Logos, maybe? Yeah.
What, you want to throw up logos?
Okay, no. Okay, so here we go. Open with preview.
Yeah,
there we go. Cool.
I'll bring it up once you got it.
Yeah. All right, we're good now.
Because I have the end screen thing we can do, but like this is
that'll be for everyone. That'll be So here is where you let me see if you will find any Til Death Podcast anything. All these
YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Rumble, all of them, BitChute, it's all there.
Yeah. And we got merch
coming up with. We got t-shirt designs. Oh boy, we got so many nice things.
It's gonna be good stuff. Yeah. So we have I don't want anyone to see what I got.
Oh good, I can close all this.
Yes. Okay. Cool. I probably should have told you about that. No, but so we have actually. Let's see, this right here. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Yes, I am a man that wears his own merch. I wasn't able to when I was in bands because that's lame. So I'm going to do it now. But yeah, so there's merch there. Go to teespring.com/stores/Til Death Podcast. And I know I've been saying it, on the past couple Twitter spaces, but I believe we'll be able to make a Whiskey Capitalist offshoot or a different store.
That's going to be where our merch is going to be located once we do an offshoot store.
End of quote.
Yep.
And we'll probably come up with some good ones. Probably I'm guessing there's going to be a juicy booty.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I'm thinking them, and
whether it's boy shorts or it's something, something for the ladies.
Yes, something for the ladies. Juicy booty, hot tamale,
hot tamale. Yeah. All right, with that, let's load this end card and we'll wrap this one up. So thanks again for viewing, and we will be here again next week.
Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. We're doing another one Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yep. All right. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, movies.